Okay, now this lens work has come to an end because I will regrease the whatsoever parts and assemble the whole lens. So let's dig into it, and I will use my LIQUI-MOLY LM47, which I think will fit really good in here, both on the mount, the breathe ring, and also in the on the focusing helicoids and maybe other parts too. So let's go ahead. I think it won't be a big problem, and I think the grease is soft enough to just add slightly. It doesn't have to be a lot, and I think I will just add grease on the breech ring itself. I don't know how good it will be, but well, let's give it a try. And it doesn't take a lot, just a slightly film, grease film that has to be on this breech ring. So, and also of course on the little leaf spring here, we'll have some, just a tiny amount. It doesn't have to be a lot, in my opinion. And then I can put the little whatsoever lever or whatever it calls into here first, because that's quite important to get it correct in place. And actually I think it can only sit in one way, as I see it. So, and then I have my mark here, which I set in earlier, and I will come on around here. So let's find the red dot here, and it will go on around here. I think, yeah, I think it's fine. Now hit the thread, and then we go, just for you to remember, 4.5, almost a half turn till back. So it was the half, and 1, 2, 3, and 4. Wow, feels good. Feels quite good. So it's all about how much tension this will press on this ring here. I don't know yet, but it seems to be, yeah, I think it will be good. Yeah, you can see it locks actually. Well, now it's time to get the I discovered one thing. Yeah, I think it will be fine. And yeah, I mean the little lever in here have to sit correct. So I will push this all the way over to lock position, and then I have to, I mean, now I've put this plate on, but I think I can just push it forward up here. And there's something wrong. Ah, yes, of course. I have to unlock it. And you see, now it's much better. Yeah. So I have to have the red dot up to here. Yeah, that's what I meant. Then I can see the small holes in here on the little bar lever or whatever name it has. And I have to figure out the holes in here. And it's on the very end, so I have to move this ring a little, and of course the little lever will move. So if I do this, hold on to the little tab, see, now I can reach the two holes in here and load a screwdriver with a little screw. They're really tiny, and then put it in here. Don't tighten it yet. We have to have the other screw in too. And this other screw will come in. Tighten it gently. So now, what does it actually, will it work or not? I don't know. Well, it could be more loose, but now I can actually turn it. Yeah, it's not the best, but I'm working. I'm actually ordered some different grease. Some of you mentioned the Trix, TRIXX, and I will try it for some reason when I got it. Now, it's better, but not, of course, not as a factory. But so it is. So put this aside, and then I can actually dig into the barrel here, where I put in the Aperture assembly, and do that ready for the back here. This tube with the Aperture ring itself. Let's see. Yeah, it has to sit correct, of course, but as long as I mentioned in the very beginning, when I disassemble the lens, this part here has to sit on the left side of all the numbers here, the zoom numbers. So I can just put it in, and it fits tight and fine. And there are some holes here on the there are 3 of them actually. You just have to find the holes. You can see here, and well, it can sit wrong, but you will find out that it is it's easy to put it in correct. So, on with that little screw, just have to set it correct, and then put this tiny screw in. Oh, now we have that in place in a more safe way. So the next one, so there. It's better with a 2mm. Tighten it good, not too much. I mean, the holes in here are tight fit, so there's no adjustment as I see it. So now we have come a little closer to to sample the whole lens. But now I also need to put in the Aperture ring. it will say, well, maybe you should just measure here so we can see everything is correct, but I know it is. It should be something like 27 millimeter to what it is here. Now that's clear. So I will put in the aperture ring and also give it a little grease, because there is no grease here in. Here we have the two small springs, this one and this one. Yeah, add a little grease would be fine. I mean, I haven't had that good luck with the polar bear grease, so I think I will stick with the yeah, so here it will fine. Yeah, we have to add it here. So, and also over here. So, and not too much grease on here. We can just wipe away it. Maybe there has to be something on this on here. I think there might be. I can just add a little. But it looks like there should be something. Not so much. I think it'll be all fine. Then I can add my aperture ring, and see, the two springs here have to have a little steel ball. So, wow, feels really good. Not too loose, not too tight. Just get rid of some of the grease, not having too much. So, I think it's fine for now. Now we need to put in one steel ball, and we will go to, where is it? Yeah, we have the lock position of the A will come all the way over to there, and then the first steel ball will come in over here. So I unlock it and twist it, and then it's open into the steel ball, you can see here. So now I can add the little tiny steel ball with a where do we have it? A dentist tool, which is really good for that. You can eventually put a little grease on your dentist tool or whatever you use, screwdriver or so maybe. And then I can put it down here, then press in the steel ball here, and then move the aperture ring. Click assess. So now I can move the aperture ring all the way over to the other steel ball, which is over here. I set a mark here in the beginning where the steel balls are, so you have an idea of where it is. So I can just push it all the way over here, and since I know where the mark is, it will pop open there. So now you see it. And you doesn't have to go any longer, because then again I can add the little steel ball into place, and it's good with some grease on the tool. So, and it sits nice and fine. Then I can press it in, turn the ring, and it's in. That's all fine. That's the only thing we need to do. But of course now we need to put in the little tab, whatever it calls, lock function. I don't know. This piece of metal, and I just need a tool. So then I can add this. Oh, maybe I should use my other screwdriver, which is shorter. It's not magnetized. Hold on a second. I will just magnetize the screwdriver. It will make it a lot easier when putting in screws. This is also a JIS, and this handle here is actually very good. It's no, I'm not sponsored, but I bought it on what do you say, Polar Bear, together with all the grease, just to have a smaller screwdriver with a handle. So it's more easy actually, and well, there was some lock, I mean kind of screw lock on here, and I could just add a little more again, and so it is there. So, well, to get it stay in correct place, I will just use some Loctite. 222 is the softest, the purple, and it just needs a tiny drop to lock the screw. So, tiny drop, and so now it fits nice and snugly, and it has a nice click function. Now I can put in this bar here, or whatever names it has, put it in here, and it has to sit all the way up to here. So, and it has also two small screws, but there is one there is longer than the other one. See, the long one has to sit over here, and the short one has to sit over here. You can see the difference in the lengths, hopefully. Oh, stay away. So be careful about that, just a little, so that's nice and fine. So now the other one. Oh, so there. And we need to push this a little over here so it sits correct. Tighten it good, not too much. And this also. So now, and then we are on the right track, and you can see the aperture ring is fine, and it has the lock function in place. That's great. So I can just put it into lock position. Now I can put this in to the actual parts here. See, goes in here. But we actually need two of those spacers. I mean, there's two of them in here, but not necessarily two in your lens. So yeah, it will fit in here. So just put them on. Oh, we could just put them in here. So, and of course this one will come on here when we put the whole thing in. So, and then we can add the back here. I think yeah, it's fine. So I just need to turn the ring here to get it into correct position and screw it in. There might be a tool for this, I would guess, on the factory, but I will just for now twist it as much as I can. See, yeah. I have my mark here and a mark here and the number, so I should be able to put it correct in. But it's really, yeah, everything's set correct in place. Hold on a second. There's one thing I have to check. And yeah, it should be fine. Yeah, everything is correct. It was just because I just wanted to check how it was sitting. So one maybe have a tool whatsoever. Maybe a glove would be fine for that. Yeah, you see, it has to sit very tight. Yeah, okay. It's fine for now. So I will say it's fine. And it works pretty good. So now I will, yeah, let's see what I can do. Yeah, I think I will put in the mount itself. And it should be, this is into lock position. The aperture is closed. And because it should be that. This one here has to stay over there, because when I put in this, it will press on the, I mean, this one will go into the fork here, this here, and this one will stay away from the little pin down here. So let's see how it will go. But we need something which is quite important, and the little pin here, which has to sit. See, there are the 3 screw holes, but you see 4 holes on the back here. So we find the little one. This is the where it is. This is the little hole. So when you turn it over, it will say this hole here. So I'll just put this in, catch the hole in the other end, something like there. Yeah, it's actually difficult to get into, but it has to sit there. Come on, what's going on here? Should fit, yeah. There you see it. So we turn it over, and now I can put in this pin here, and when it sits correct, the little lock pin here for the aperture will also go into the little hole here. Not this one, but here, actually, as I see it. Yeah. So just put this in. Yeah, I know it's difficult to see, but so it's in place. Then I can change this. And where is my mark? Up here, the aperture. Then I should be able to put in. It's a bit tricky. As I see it, my index mark is sitting here wrong. What's going on here? So it is. And everything is fine. And the little pin also sit in place. That's really good. So now I can put the 3 screws that hold the back, put them in, maybe wiggle a little into place. I think it will be fine. yeah, there it clicks into place. So, whoa, now we're not missing so much. One screw there, and the last one over here. And this one here. So now it's fine. Let's see, will it work? Yes. And I can actually move the aperture and everything is fine. So that's great, actually. So I can put on the back cap here. Well, it's not that fast, but it works better than it was. But I will, of course, find out what else grease will be better than this one. But more info sooner. So I will take the focus helicoid and actually put in. No, not yet. No, I think I will take the middle lens element, which was the one that has focus. And add a screw with a tiny amount of thread lock. But hold on a second, I need to put this in first, of course. So, because the 3 white plastic rollers here, or not rollers, but they slide against the inner tube here. So I'll just loosen them. I think it'll be better. So it will be more easy to put them over the front here, because I found out you have to loosen them a little. Not necessarily take them out, but just loosen them a little. So that way, and also the other one over here, just a little, just enough so you can actually get the whole focus barrel here over. And again, I will also use some slightly amount of grease, and I think I will just add it into the long notch here. So it will, so when one push it forward and back a few times, it will be spread until the place they have to be. And I think I also will add a little on the actual on those. Maybe it's better to do it afterward. I think so, because then I can add it directly onto the pins. But for now, I'll just put it in. It can only sit in one way. Yeah, I think it will be fine with that. So I think I think it will be good with this grease, but maybe it needs a little more here on the, just a tiny amount. But since the plastic, the three plastic things are not in place, it's only slide against the bar here. Maybe it's not the correct grease, I don't know. But for now, it can only be better. So, and then I can add the middle lens element. And since I have set some marks in the very beginning, just have to find out where are they. Yeah, we take this one first. It has a number, I make a small 1, and there is a small 2 on here, so I cannot put it in a wrong way. And I have loaded a screwdriver with some thread lock on. So the only thing I need to do is to put this in that way. But this one has to go as far as it can up here. So there will be room enough for putting in. Oh, maybe it's better the other way. So put it in, turn it, and then I can put it in that way. Then add a screw. Whoa, it sits there. Now it sits, it cannot fall out. Then add another screw on the other side. What is actually the other side of a tube? So now it goes into place, and so it sits there. But I just have to align them, and don't tighten them too much, just slightly, so they still can move. Because as I see it, I will just press them down here and see if they will fit into place, because it must be the way they adjust it. So it has to sit correct. So I think it will be all fine. Yeah. And then tighten it. And the marks has to sit in line. And since I don't have a collimator, I will think it. Of course, I have to check it, but I think it will be all fine. So now it sits. That's it. Then I can actually add the I can add the front, the inner front lens here, and it looks fine. And with my little homemade tool here, it sits nice and fine. And I can of course add some Loctite, but maybe I will go into the lens again, I don't know. But for now I'll just put it in. So I don't know, why should there always be a little tiny hair that comes in way? So can just put it in, going a little backward to catch the thread. No, click. And then screw it in. So, and it's all up to my mark here, so it's all fine. Wow. Then I will put in that little, some grease, and of course also just have to tighten this here. So I will add the back ring here, so it's also in place. And it doesn't really matter how it sits. I just set a mark on the back here where it was at first. So. Yeah, and a little screwdriver here. So, and this screw. So, now we have less parts to take care of. So now I can just add a little grease here in the hole, and then put in the nylon sliders, I think it's called, I don't know, but and it doesn't matter how it sits. So maybe it's better with some silicone grease, but at the moment I don't have it. I have actually ordered some new grease. Then I can put in this bar. It can only sit in one way. And then a screwdriver. And one can of course also give it a little tiny amount on the side of the screw, not on the end of the screw. So it just have to sit in the middle. So, and of course also on the other ones. So out. Yeah, the grease is actually very sticky. Stiff in a way. Maybe it's silicone grease. Oh gosh. Well, so we just do it in another way. Just add it this way here. Yeah, this one goes in first. So, in with that. This one and a screw. Tiny amount. So it is. And the last one here, I think it was. Was it that? Oh, it's really slippery. Oh, it was the one I actually been into. Yeah. So the last one. So, and in with okay. So the last one. Yep. So the bar here, and then we can continue. So now, how? Whoa. Well, it could be better. I think. Yeah. But maybe it doesn't really need any grease. Hold on a second, because I think I have to make some adjustment of this one when all the three nylon thingy is in, because it feels a bit tight in the end. So yeah, yeah, it's definitely better. But I think I will use some other type of grease another time, because it looks like I mean, it's also good, it's a bit stiff and not too loose, so it will just, when you have the lens upside down, it will just fall down. It's not good. So better it's a bit stiff, in my opinion. So yeah, I think I will stay with that. So now next thing is to put in the focus, which I also have cleaned and will give some lube. And let's see, I have my mark over here. So how will it be? So hold on a second. Now I forgot to put in the two stop screws. So that I will do. And the other one sits underneath one of those leaf springs. So now I can add the spring and we are good to go. So all fine. That's really good. Now I can add some grease to the, well, maybe it's better to just add it here. Originally I don't know what kind of grease they use, but I'll just add a little of LIQUI-MOLY. Maybe it's not the correct one, but for now it will just a slightly amount. Just have to be a little a thin grease film. So, and when we move the the focusing ring, yeah, it will spread the grease. So I think it will be fine for now. And I know exactly where it should sit on, because I set a mark here in the very beginning when I took it apart, and it will say quite close to the infinity mark, and it will be in line with the numbers here. So I can just put it on and get the helicoid in place. Yeah, there. Wow, it's really good. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, that's really good. But I forgot something. I forgot this. Yes, I did. So better take it off and gosh. Of course I need the index, has to be, the index mark has to sit there. So it sits nice and fine. I thought there was something I forgot. and it can only sit there. Tighten the 3 screws, and then we can add the focusing ring. So now, I think there was something. So, what's wrong here? Something is... Oh, I haven't tightened the screws. So, oh yeah, there was 4 of them. And I only hit 3 of them. It has been a long journey, this one. So, yeah, I think 7. Oh, sorry. Now we're good to go. And I can put in the stop screw. So the focusing ring will not go beyond the stop point. And flathead screwdriver. A little amount of thread lock. So, then put it in here, and then we almost there. So, wow. I mean, I really like the LIQUI-MOLY because it has a good feeling. I mean, and this one is no exception. So, so the only thing I need to do, well, need to put in the front lens, of course, and everything looks fine. And I have to put in the lens before the actual focusing, I mean the outer ring here, because there are 3 set screws here. So that's what I need to do that. So I simply screw it in. Just screw it out again because there was some tiny so there. And since I set a lens, mark in the beginning, it was on the lens, but it is with the FD in this case, because this one will be in line with the index mark here. So I will end it up the correct place where the screw sits, set screws. So let's see. I'll just put it in. Better. And then use a rubber tool, whatsoever you have. And I also know how long, how deep in it will go. It will say 3.92 millimeter from the very front into where it sits. So because then it will sit correct. So we can just measure. Let's see. So, and how much is it already? Well, not that much. Need to going a little backward. Ah, of course the other way. Something like that. Well, a little backward, and I think it will fit good around the FD. Well, not bad. So a little amount, something like that. I think it will be fine, and then I can actually tighten the screws and add the actual focusing, the outer focusing ring. I know it has been a little long journey, but going through a whole lens with so many aspects, it takes time. So now I can put in this, well, it's also with the rubber here. I can just add this. It can only sit in one way. Let's say it cannot sit that way. Ah, yeah, of course. It has to sit that, that way. But of course I can also just use my a hairdryer to actually soften the, well, I will just soften it a bit more. So it has to be softened more than one should think of, and it takes a little time. So now it's fine. This one can be pulled out here, so I can just add the front ring, the very front ring here. Put it on and turn it counterclockwise a little, so you can actually screw it in. And with my homemade tool out of a baking ring tool, it works really good. And just have to find the small notch. So this and the other one, then I can screw it in. So now it has been a long journey, I know, but wow, it feels really good, and the zoom is actually quite stiff enough. So everything is actually back to work as I see it. It's not a new lens, but it actually looks like it will be good. So I mean, I hope you like those videos, and it gives an insight of what it can be to take a zoom lens apart, or all the other details in those videos. Hope you enjoy it and can use it to something useful. Yeah, see you sooner in other videos when I have the time. So, thanks for watching. Bye bye.